Hey everyone, and welcome back. So we have the Arrow announcements for April, and I got a couple of interesting ones, including stuff that they're actually, luckily they announced ahead of time, so we kind of know what's coming. And I'm gonna get to that in just a moment. Actually, even before I get to the Arrow stuff, I have to give a huge thank you to two of you who actually tipped my last video. I can't tell you how much. I mean, I was literally shocked when I saw them. Shocked in a good way, luckily, obviously. But yeah, without further ado, I want to give a very special thank you to Nocturnal Toothbrush. Love that username. Who tipped $5. And I literally cannot thank you enough. It really, really means a lot. And I don't know. I'm just like really, really kind of surprised. So again, thank you so much. And yes, as far as the Deep Star 6 4K goes coming later this year, it's like, yeah, I am so excited. That normally I wait for Kino sales to get a lot of their titles, but for very on occasion, especially for one like Deep Star 6, I'm pre-ordering it right away, even if it ends up costing me, by not waiting for a sale, like $10 more, $8 to $10 more. It's like I want it on day one. So I'm definitely super excited for that. Okay, I can't wait till we finally get like an actual release date. Well, actually, I can't wait till I actually have it in hand. But yeah, and the other tip I got once again from Hype is Here Media, who tipped me another $5, like he did on the video before the last one. So I literally don't know what to say. Again, thank you so much. I always appreciate you because you've been around for so long. It's so insanely supportive, especially now financially, which, again, I don't want anyone to feel pressured to get, as much as I appreciate the tips, I don't want anyone to feel pressure. But yes, I do appreciate them. And once again, I am going to happily promote his YouTube channel, which is obviously by the same name, Hype is Here Media, but I will leave a link to his channel in the description below, and I will pin a comment in the comments as well. So again, a huge thank you to both of you and to everyone who has tipped. I can't tell you how many tips have I gotten now in the last few weeks. I think I've only gotten maybe 2 before that in the entire time I've been on here. So yeah, I don't know. I'm shocked. I'm happy, and just thank you. And now we move on to the Arrow titles for April. So we have an interesting mix here. Got a couple of UK only titles. I don't think there's any US only titles. I think the US ones are also US and UK. So yeah, anyway, let's just dive right in. So first up is a UK only Blu-ray, and again with Arrow, I don't know if all of them are, but I would say most of their Blu-rays are Region B locked for those of you outside of Region B. So first up is a newer film, and this is from 2023, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, 2023 is the movie Booger. Coming to Blu-ray from Arrow, retailing for £24.99, coming out April 7th. As it says here, a multi-talented director, Mary Douterman, weaves humor and heartbreak in Booger, an unflinching exploration of grief, identity, and resilience with a darkly comic edge that lingers long after the credits roll. So obviously, again, Blu-ray, be in HD with 5.1 surround, and have a couple of extras: a different breed of female feline, a new video essay by film critic Cat Hughes, Curiosity Kills: A History of the Cat and Death, a new video essay by writer Alexandra West, plus the trailer and image galleries. So another new, Arrow's putting out actually a couple of newer films within the last year or so. And next up is another Blu-ray set, also UK only, so again, most likely Region B locked, and it is a double feature set of the movie FX and FX2 called The Grand Illusion Blu-ray set, retailing for £29.99, set for April 14th. And that'll come in one of their deluxe, boxes, the hard case with the book. I think like a 60-page book. Yeah, 60-page book with all kinds of write-ups and everything. So it's a 2-disc Blu-ray set. Disc 1 has the original FX film, and then disc 2 has the sequel, FX2, starring, who was it? It was what was his name again? Yeah, Brian Brown and Brian Dennehy, right? If I'm not, yeah, Brian Dennehy. It's been a while since I've seen him. Really, really good movies. Yeah, it's been a while, but I mean, I really, really enjoy them. So as far as the first film goes, on the first disc, it's got a new commentary track with film critic Mike White of the Projection Booth podcast, a new commentary by Dan Martin of 13 Finger Effects and filmmaker Jennifer Handorf, the FX of FX, a new interview with makeup effects supervisor Carl Fullerton, FX Illusions, a new visual essay by film critic Heather Wixson, author of Monsters, Makeup, and Effects, Murder by Illusion, an archive interview with director Robert Mandel, The Making of FX, an archival featurette, theatrical trailer, and an image gallery. And then the second Blu-ray in the set has the sequel, FX2, The Deadly Art of Illusion, which has a new commentary track by Dan Martin of 13 Finger FX and filmmaker Jen Handorf, Art and Illusion, a new interview with makeup effects supervisor Eric Allard. Maybe it's Allard. I'm sorry, me and names. FX Magic, a new visual essay by film critic Heather Wixson, author of Monsters, Makeup, and Effects. The Australian Invasion, a new visual essay by film scholar Alexandra Heller-Nicholas. The Making of FX2, an archival featurette. Behind the scenes, inside Eric Allard's workshop, theatrical trailer, and an image gallery. So again, that is set for April 14th. And again, that is UK only. Now we move... Oh, no, I'm sorry. One more Blu-ray set. Almost moved a little too quickly here. One more Blu-ray set. Nice thing about this one is that it is going to be US, Canada, and UK. So we can all get this one. Coming April 29th, retailing for $99.99. Obviously, come down before release, is V Cinema Essentials Bullets and Betrayal Blu-ray set. So it's another Japanese set, kind of similar to the one they did last year, which actually was one of my favorite releases of last year. So these are more like crime thriller based films. And there are, how many are in this set again? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I almost missed that one. 9 films in this set. Wow. So again, Blu-ray set, it's going to be available, again, US, Canada, and UK. So before I get to all the films, just real quick, it'll be in the original Japanese mono for Crime Hunter, Bullets of Rage. We'll get to the details on that in just a second. And then all the other films in this set will be in Japanese, but in stereo. And obviously, they'll all have subtitles. Well, and there's a lot here, so let's just dive in. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 discs in the set. Most of these have 2 movies on each set. So disc 1 has Crime Hunter, Bullets of Rage, and then the other one is Neo Chinpira, Zoom Goes the Bullet. And the extras on this disc are newly filmed introductions to both films by Japanese film critic Masaki Tanioka, Loose Cannon, a newly filmed interview with Crime Hunter Bullets of Rage director Shundo Okawa. Zooming Out, a newly filmed interview with Neo Shinpira, Zoom Goes the Bullet writer-director Banmei Takahashi. I think I'm doing okay on some of these names. Crime Hunter and the Dawn of V Cinema, a brand new video essay on Crime Hunter Bullets of Rage by Japanese cinema expert Tom Mess, plus original trailers for both films. Then we move on to disc 2, which has Stranger and Carlos, and that has newly filmed introductions to both films by Japanese film critic Masaki Tanioka, which I believe is on all discs, so I might just skip that. Yeah, he does introduction on all the discs, so I'm just gonna I'll just mention that it's there, but it saves me another name I'm trying to pronounce. Plus it has Stranger Than Fiction, a newly filmed interview with Stranger writer-director Shunichi Nagasaki. From Manga to Movies, a newly filmed interview with Carlos writer-director Kazuhiro Kiuchi. An extra round in the chamber, a brand new video essay on Carlos by critic and Japanese cinema expert Jonathan Clements. And then disc 3 has Burning Dog and Female Prisoner Scorpion Death Threat. And that has the newly filmed introduction by the one film critic, plus Fire and Ice, a brand new video essay on Burning Dog by critic and Japanese cinema expert Mark Schilling. Toshiharu Akira's Beautiful Monster of Vengeance, a brand new video essay on Female Prisoner Scorpion Death Threat by film historian Sam Deegan, plus trailers for both films. Disc 4, almost there, almost done. Disc 4 has The Hitman, Blood Smells Like Roses, plus Danger Point, The Road to Hell. And that has a new introduction by the one Japanese film critic, plus the versatility of Taro Ishii, a brand new video essay on The Hitman, Blood Smells Like Roses, and its director Teruo Ishi, I hope I'm pronouncing that okay, by Japanese cinema expert Frankie Balboa. The Road to V Cinema brand new video essay on Danger Point, The Road to Hell by critic and Japanese cinema expert James Beaumont. Plus trailers for The Hitman Blood Smells Like Roses, not for the other film. And then finally, Disc 5 has Double X Beautiful Hunter with a new introduction by the Japanese film critic, plus The Sacred and the Profane, a newly filmed interview with screenwriter Hiroshi Takahashi. They brought back The Sleaze, a brand new video essay on XX Beautiful Hunter by critic and Japanese cinema expert Patrick Macias, and the original trailer. Woo! So that, again, that is due out April 29th. And now we move on to the last two titles. Both of them are 4K. One of them is UK only, and the other one is US and UK. So, yeah, let's just, you know what? Let's do the UK only one first. And this is kind of the big one. And luckily, they actually did announce a couple things in advance. So, coming... let's see, April 21st, retailing for £34.99, is a 4K edition of A Fistful of Dollars, the first one in the Dollars Trilogy. And they did announce that they are doing all three. So basically, this one comes out in April, and then for a few dollars more, it comes out in May. And then finally, The Good, Bad, and the Ugly comes out in June. And they are going to be split up. So there's going to be a 4K disc and a separate Blu-ray release for each one. Obviously, it's UK only, so expect the Blu-ray to be region be locked. And again, it is UK only. I believe here in the States, I think Kino still has the rights, if I remember correctly. But anyway, so this one obviously is coming first. Like I said, April 21st. It is a 2-disc set. First disc is the 4K disc, and then disc 2 is a Blu-ray with a bunch of... so the 4K disc as the movie, and I think a couple commentary tracks, and I think that might be it. And then disc 2 is a Blu-ray that has all the other extras, all the interviews and everything. And again, most likely, the included Blu-ray that has the extras probably region be locked. So just a heads up on that. Anyway, let's get to the specifics real quick. So it has a new 4K restoration from the original 2perf Technoscope negative. Now, the only thing I don't know is whether or not, even though it says new, is it newer than the ones that Kino put out? Because the one thing with Kino ones is that there was an issue with certain things, but it wasn't Kino's fault. I know they tried to fix a couple things, I think like the color grading and stuff, but most of it actually stemmed from the original Italian work that was done before that was sent to Kino. And I don't know whether or not that's the same situation here. I mean, I assume at the very least it was the negative was scanned in Italy. The question is, was that shipped to Arrow? Because it doesn't say anything about Arrow doing any kind of restoration. So I'm guessing this could be a similar situation. Now, whether or not it's different than what Kino put out or it's the same thing, I don't know. We will find out soon enough, obviously, whether or not we find out ahead of time or when it's in hand and I'm watching it. But anyway, so again, it's got that hopefully new 4K restoration. Will be in Dolby Vision, which I don't think the Kino ones were. I think they were in SDR, if I remember correctly. We'll have both the original English and Italian front and end titles, newly restored English and Italian mono audio, plus optional newly remixed English and Italian 5.1 audio. And then the other extras on the 4K disc are audio commentary by film historian and Leone biographer Sir Christopher Frayling, and a commentary track by film historian and critic Tim Lucas, plus trailers, TV spots, and radio spots. And then all the other extras are on the included Blu-ray, which it's actually quite a lot here. I know some of this is ported over from previous releases, but I think some of this is new as well. Well, let's just dive in. When it all started, a newly filmed interview with film historian and critic Fabio Milelli, Four Fingers, Four Picks, a newly filmed interview with guitarist Bruno Battiste Diamario, Wind and Fire, a newly filmed interview with Morricone biographer Alessandro De Rosa, A Night at the Movies, a newly filmed interview with filmmaker Paolo Bianchini, A Fistful of Outtakes, highlights from the original rushes, The Day the Soundtrack Changed, a new visual essay by musician and disc collector Lovely John exploring the film's iconic score, Marisol Leone's Madonna of the West, an archival interview with co-star Marianne Koch, The Frayling Archives and A New Kind of Hero, 2 archival interviews with Sir Christopher Frayling. A Few Weeks in Spain, an archival interview with Clint Eastwood. Tre Voci, an archival featurette with Leone. Collaborators, Mickey Knox, Sergio Donati, and Alberto Grimaldi. Opening scene with Harry Dean Stanton, filmed for the film's US TV debut in 1975, plus an archival interview with the prologue's director, Monty Hellman. Plus, restoration Italian style and archival featurette on the film's remastering for DVD. Interesting. Location comparisons 1964 to 2004, an archival featurette, alternate credits sequence, and the 3 comprehensive image galleries from on the set and from the promotion. So a ton here on this one, and details on the other 2 will be announced down the line. I assume they'll be semi-similar as far as, like, you know, probably 2 discs with, you know, pretty much the movie on the first disc and then extras on the included disc. Moving on, one last title, and that is indeed, and this is going to be I believe US, Canada, and UK, although it might be US and UK only, which won't make any sense. I don't know. I think it's US, Canada, and UK. But coming April 8th, retailing for $49.99, is a 4K release of the movie The Long Kiss Goodnight, directed by Rennie Harlin and starring Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson, which I think is a pretty kind of underrated action film. Kind of a fun one. You just kind of go along with the premise, and I think it's actually a lot of fun. And this also will be a 2-disc set. The 4K disc, the first disc, that sounds kind of weird, doesn't it? The first disc is the 4K disc. And then the second disc is a Blu-ray with a bunch of the extras. So on the 4K disc, we have a brand new 4K restoration by Arrow Films from the original 35mm negative approved by director Rennie Harlin. Will be in Dolby Vision and have a DTS 5.1 and a stereo 2.0 and a new Dolby Atmos audio mix, which is cool. So again, that's what I like. Give me all my audio options as best you get. I don't mind new mixes. Again, I have a Dolby Atmos setup, so by all means, especially for an action film, that'd be great. But luckily, I always want the original theatrical mix included as well, as it does here. All right, and there are 2 new commentary tracks. First one is commentary track by film critic Walter Chaw, and the second commentary track by film critics Drusilla Adeline and Joshua Konkel, co-hosts of the Bloodhouse podcast, plus the theatrical trailer and an image gallery, and then disc 2, which is the Blu-ray. Again, does not have the movie, just has all the extras. Actually, I don't think there's a Blu-ray release of this one from Arrow. Wait, let me double check real quick. I don't think there is. No, it's not. It's only Fistful of Dollars has a separate Blu-ray release. And again, that is for the UK. Long Kiss Goodnight is only 4K. So the included Blu-ray will not have the movie on it, just the extras. And since I'm looking this up, it is indeed going to be the US, Canada, and UK. So we're all good. We're all good. Anyway, let me wrap this up. So, disc 2 of the Blu-ray with the rest of the bonus features has Symphony of Destruction, a new interview with stunt coordinator Steve Davidson, Long Live the New Flesh, a new interview with makeup artist Gordon J. Smith, Amnesia Chick, a new visual essay by film scholars Josh Nelson, The Mirror Cracked, a new visual essay by critic and filmmaker Howard S. Berger, A Woman's World, a new visual essay by film scholar Alexandra Heller-Nicholas, deleted scenes, archival promotional interviews with director and stars, an archival making of featurette, plus an archival electronic press kit with behind the scenes from the filming of the film. So yeah, that again, when's that due out again? April 8th. And that's it for the Arrow titles for April. So, you know, an interesting mix and kind of thing. Again, I'm looking forward to seeing how they're going to handle the Dollars Trilogy. I already got my pre-order in, so it'll be interesting to see. And yeah, like I said, I like Long Kiss Goodnight. I think it's a really fun film. Interesting, though, the fact that there's no real horror film here. Actually, no, there's no horror film at all, unless I'm missing something. Not that there always has to be from Arrow. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, so anyways, so that's it. So obviously so at the end of February, we'll find out what's going to be on their 4K for a few dollars more, which is actually my favorite of the trilogy. And then, yeah, I don't mind them putting out like some of the, you know, like more studio-based films. I'm not against that. I actually kind of like that because they usually do a better job than the studios. But I also kind of want them to not forget some horror, you know, kind of thing. I mean, I know they are working on the other Jason films, like I mentioned before. So, but I don't know when those may not get announced till later on. Anyway, I know there's more stuff that has been announced, especially Severin. I'm going to get to that just in another video. But I definitely wanted to cover the Arrow announcement announcements for April. So yeah, let me know your thoughts on these announcements. If you have any questions, let me know. And again, thank you guys so much for the tips. I could say thank you a million times and it still wouldn't be enough. So thank you guys for the tips. Thank all of you for watching and commenting, interacting, and everything. And yeah, I just want you to know I appreciate all you guys so much. And as always, thank you for watching. And I will see you on the next one. And my stomach's growling and I got to eat something.